To bring those up to date, EasyJet well over 70, most of those to and from Gatwick Airport, its main base, where it's launched, can you believe, the biggest summer programme ever, so even bigger than summer 2019, which was the most recent normal summer. British Airways up to around 70 cancellations, all of them to and from Heathrow Airport. And the crucial thing about that is that they tell me that all but a handful people actually learnt a week or two ago that their flight was going to be cancelled, and so therefore they've kind of made arrangements. So that doesn't really count, they would claim, as a cancellation, like you get to the airport and suddenly there it is cancelled. In terms of queues, what's really worrying about Bradley's report is that this is happening now. We're in the middle of the morning. Normally, you get a real surge at the start of the day because you've got the first wave of flights going out. And by mid-morning, I'd expect to sort of bowl up and maybe spend 10 minutes in the queue. But if you're getting several hours, that's a real problem. Partly, it's understandable passenger behaviour. So if you've got a flight out this evening, you might think, well, we just watched GBNews, we're going to get to the airport 6 hours early. That way you'll be pretty sure that you get through, but you will then perhaps delay other passengers. So it's a horrible, horrible mess.
I mean, this isn't a very good look for the travel industry, though. I mean, having 2 years of people having their flights disrupted because of COVID, you would have hoped that they would have prepared for a big boom so that their industry could bounce back.
That's exactly right. Now, OK, think about the travel industry. It's the industry of human happiness, and therefore you've got a vast number of very profoundly optimistic people running it. So therefore British Airways can say, we're going to be back almost to 2019 levels. EasyJet can say we're going to do even more. It's going to be great. Now the trouble is, some of the miserable old grumps who would previously maybe have said, actually, I think you'll find that we wouldn't be able to do that because of this and this and this. They've left the industry because, of course, when aviation collapsed to 5% perhaps of what it was, the airlines couldn't keep everybody on. Some were furloughed. Other people went out and got other jobs. Frankly, there's you can get a job on the ground which isn't as stressful as being in security, and therefore they just don't have the people. And COVID is certainly responsible for a bit of it, but certainly not all of it. There are profound problems. They are getting easier, but there's everything through to there's one particular dimension, which is that getting security clearance and getting passes made isn't happening fast enough.
But you know a thing or two about this, because you used to frisk people at Gatwick.
I did, and stress that was a job, not a hobby. This was in the olden days, though, when it was all quite sort of relaxed. You have far fewer passengers. Now it's an absolute industry, and the airports are sort of saying to the passengers, hang on, we know it's a couple of years since you flew anywhere, but the rules are still the same. So part of the problem is that people will turn up with all their sun lotion and everything else, and they've forgotten the 100 millilitre rule. And as soon as your bag gets diverted onto that bit and they have to go through it by hand, everything starts gumming up. So be sure that you know what the rules are.
Just a bit of positivity to finish now. I want some top tips about where to go, asking for a friend, about where to go this summer, somewhere cheap, somewhere affordable, somewhere not too far away, maybe,
well, it has to be the Baltics. The Baltic coast, everywhere from the right across Poland. North coast is basically just one long beach for hundreds of miles. That takes you down to a beautiful city of Gdansk. Then you've got a little bit involving sort of Russia, Kaliningrad. So go around that, and then you're into Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. These beaches are absolutely superb. Now, the Baltic is sometimes a bit Baltic, but the cost of living is next to nothing. You've got loads of cheap flights out there. I went out to Lithuania last week, came back from Estonia, total flight bill, 25 quid.
No.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're getting on that, I'm telling you right now. Thank you very, very much. Right, in fact, I don't know what I'm still doing here. No, look, Simon, thank you very much. As always, Simon Calder, that travel expert, whizzing you through initial little bit of travel misery and then a bit of travel positivity.
Indeed. Well, have you got any travel plans this year?
Maybe like Italy, the Baltics, it sounds like I've got to go there, actually. No, I haven't really. I had quite a big one in February, didn't I? So I thought that's enough. That's enough holiday for me.